time to get physical. Media. Another episode of Beautiful. Here we go. So as I'm doing this, pretty exciting. We're a couple of weeks away from the Superman movie. Also, Megan opens this weekend. So you know what you get on this YouTube channel that you don't get other places besides this wonderful beard? Time-appropriate outfit accessorizing. That's right. It's next level thinking. Today we talk about Vinegar Syndrome's Iron Eagles box set. Iron Eagles, oh my goodness. Also great 80s movies. Iron Angels box set. So this was a blind buy. I'm not gonna lie, they had this great trailer and it won me over. So I took a shot. Price is great on this set. And Vinegar Syndrome will be coming out for their subscriber week sale this week. And this set was already down to, I think, about $1,300 or $1,400. So I figured I'd throw it out there now. Maybe somebody will stumble across it, pick it up before it evaporates. Because these VSA releases, once they're gone, they're gone. Oh man, that martial law box set still haunts me. And my friends. Besides a great trailer for this, the main selling point for me was Moon Lee. To anybody out there who complains that there's not enough female-centric action vehicles and whatnot, that really is like a North American phenomena. Hong Kong cinema, Asian cinema in general, there's so many just butt-whooping, machine gun toting, awesome women of cinema, especially of like the 80s and 90s. And Moon Lee has been someone I have been waiting to find their way to physical media, to this like resurgent, all these boutique labels for a long time. And besides a couple of smaller labels dropping one or two films, she really hasn't. I'm hoping this is the start of Vinegar Syndrome realizing that Moon Lee and her compatriot, I believe it's pronounced Yukari Oshia, they did such good work together and they are amazing. Some of the stunts, there's some... They have some stunt people working here for sure, but Moon Lee does a couple of her own stunts during this trilogy. One of them's, I'm pretty sure she actually jumps out of this like lookout stand hut thing as it explodes. Like, I mean, you're not talking CGI, the camera's right there. Anyway, let's just talk about these films first for a second. I'm going to get caught up in the Moon Lee. So one, it's important to note, it takes them till movie 3 to realize that Moon Lee's the star. And even then, they are kind of centric on the one male lead that goes through all three, but all the characters get a chance to shine. First two films are a little slower, better paced, and surprisingly well acted and written than you might expect in these lower budget action films. But I think for the time, there was a lot of effort put into these. Some of the set pieces are insane. Both the first and second film end with an absolute balls to the wall action segments. The third one, however, is probably the best, depending on what you're looking for. If you just want story and characters, definitely 1 and 2. But if you just want action and you want to see Moon Lee multiple times take on like 20, 30 people, third one's the one. Although somehow, they set up this like evil female villain. Now, everything I know about Hong Kong cinema says evil female villain means that you're going to have Moon Lee, the heroic female lead or co-lead, against her at some point in the movie, and they just missed the boat on that. I'm not sure why. It's still a great fight, but they throw other characters into it. It's just very confusing. After Moon Lee has this like insane Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon style showdown with all these minions, she just kind of disappears for the last 25-ish minutes of this movie. It's very confusing, but the action is non-stop. For the price, I think Canadian this was around like $50. So I think in the States it's probably like $6.50. These conversion jokes, I swear it's never going to get old. But I think realistically it's probably like $35, $40. The value for what you're getting here, if you are a fan of action films or just Hong Kong action cinema specifically, you're going to get every cent and then some. Some features on here as well that are pretty nice. There's an interview with one of the angels from, I believe, part 2. She had some really, really cool insights on it and talking about how she got into cinema and whatnot. All of these films were immensely enjoyable. Like I said, 1 and 2 are a little slower than you might expect, but the characters are really likable. The plot's enjoyable. So they're just like good movies that then pay off huge at points. The third one just goes all in. Clearly, they understood what they had with Moonlee at that point. I'm sure she had started to have other films be successful, and she puts her all in. And good actress, too, you know? You know, for a 3-film box set, this review is probably a little bit shorter than I would have expected, but I don't want to ruin or spoil some of the stuff coming in here. It is just Blu-ray, but it looks great. It sounds great. Although, be warned, the English dub track, I'm sure it has nothing to do with Vinegar Syndrome, but the English dub track, the voices can be extremely quiet versus so it is one of those films where you turn it up to make sure you can hear the characters talk, and then when the explosions come, your windows rattle. My one buddy would just say, "What's the problem with that? My windows can take it." I haven't watched the Cantonese, and I think they have another Asian language version on here as well. I'm sure that one's probably mixed a little better than the Asian dub or English dub. It sounds like the English dub, you know, for that time was just kind of like shoved on top of everything. I'm sure Vinegar Syndrome did what they could, but it's not a deal breaker or anything. This film still sounds great, looks great, and I rarely do blind buys because I have been burned. God, what was that thing from Vinegar Syndrome? Like The Lost Planet or Battle for the Lost Planet? That purchase still haunts me. That trailer sold me. That is garbage. And I know there's somebody out there that's like, that is a lost gem. That's my jam. And they have a tattoo of it down. I get it. But that was not my jam. Guy was flying a cardboard box at one point. But action, 3 films, that price, Moonlee, is a no-brainer. And as we move into subscriber week coming up, which is like a week or so away at the time of this video, I'm hoping, they mentioned they have another set coming from VSA. I'm hoping it's another Moonlee set. I mean, there's so many great ones out there. So many films that we haven't tapped into yet from that group. Like a lot of those actors and writers and directors were involved with each other for a while. I just want more. Give me more explosions, more bombs. If you guys are into any part of that era of cinema, this is for you. And if you're on the fence, you just want to try something new, and maybe you haven't dove into Asian action cinema, for the price, this is a really good... Did I mention there's jetpacks? Yeah. and they don't look that bad. They have little machine guns on them. Moonlee, jetpacks, at least 372 explosions. Every cent. I'm gonna give this set on just the release side, the packaging, how it looks. I'm gonna give it an 8, and the 8 is really because the value you're getting here is huge. Yeah, there's better box sets, and you could argue you could have a slightly better picture if it was a 4K release for sure. But the value you're getting here, the quality of the films, and it really does classify some of those like lost gems, you know, that up till this point you could find like a really crappy version of it on YouTube that was like the 3rd VHS copy with bad dub, like whatever. This is a huge, giant leap forward, and I think it's one of my favorite releases of the year so far. It's been a good year. Like, subscribe, share. Let's get me to at least mid 3 digits. Till next.